Hello and welcome, Snakey. Welcome in another Hero Spotlight, where I'm getting closer look to certain heroes, checking their abilities, and just describing you everything they have to their, use. And today, I want to get closer look into Dark Elf Masters. It's a melee specialist. I fucking love them. They're amazing heroes. And I'm gonna tell you why. So, melee specialist.
What command?
He can have 4 different mounts, which, to be honest, like 2 is useful. So horse, raptor, Cold One chariot, which is a raptor chariot, and Dark Pegasus. And Dark Pegasus makes him the amazing hero. He's pretty much like a vampire. Yep. The vampire from Vampire Coast are really good heroes, and Master is one of these sizes of a hero. Technically, it's considered large, but it's not that large, so it's rather quick. It can do a lot of harm. Okay, let me take all the items. And yeah, this is a level 31, so it's really late in it. Hold on, can I recruit a hero that is not that leveled? Jesus. Okay. 6 out of 6. Okay, I am going to remove him, and I'll get the fresh one, because the reason for that is so you can see the early one. Okay, and while doing it, let's talk about traits. Masters, now the traits are messed up and they're all really good, but Masters have a couple of traits that you can definitely use. Spiteful, really good trait, because it does melee attack and weapon strength for entire army. And Gate of Thorns, while moving, it does do this. So this is actually really shit. Not gonna lie, I am disappointed with this ability. So previously, before they added the bullshit here, Spiteful was amazing. So let's remove it because it really sucks. What else do we have? Vicious. Melee attack, melee defense. Typical. Perspective? Yeah. Malevolent? Nah. The Hunter's Snare. Melee attack and casualties captured post-battle. This is fucking amazing. I just want to say how amazing this trait is. Because you can root something that is, problematic. Casualties captured post-battle means more slaves. And slaves are the core mechanic of Dark Elves. So amazing.
Master of Nagaroth.
And of course, melee attack plus 15. That's a lot. So this one is... Oh, wait, I need to add points because they are not saved. Absolutely insane. But they're also the old ones. Strong. Yeah, Spitefuls are not that good anymore. Strong, tough, and discipline. Discipline remains one of the best ones because it gives you melee attack, leadership, melee defense, and melee attack. Really good for hero in general because you buff him and you buff your entire army. Right. Okay, so... Why?
What? Master of Nagaroth.
Why he gets this? That's interesting. None of the heroes have it. Hold on. So he does have the bleed damage. Does any other hero got it? Because it's weird. Let's get the vicious. No.
No pity.
Yeah, so that was weird. I guess it's some kind of glitch. It was a saved character, so it can glitch out a little bit. Note for you. Okay, so It's a hero that is tied to barracks. Barracks are tier. You can recruit it on tier 2. And capacity is increased on tier 2? That's messed up. It should be tier 3. But yeah, thanks to being on a tier 2, you can immediately recruit 2. So it's super valuable. You can have 2 masters at the start of your campaign. That's why whenever I start a Dark Elf campaign, I wait with the barracks. If they're built up, and if I have tier 2 settlement, I'm immediately upgrading so I can have 2 masters, because they will carry you nicely. Okay.
No friends, only victims.
So Master is anti-large unit. It has a long spear-ish with a shield. So he's
Master
multi-purpose
of
unit.
Naggaroth.
Shield blocks 55% of small arms. That's a lot. 90 armor. Leadership, okay. Speed is low on foot, but with the Dark Pegasus,
Dominating.
121. Yeah, 121. So that's really, really
I have
high.
much to
You
show.
can fly really fast around your targets and hunt specific targets that are separate from the army, like artillery. It doesn't have massive splash, which is bummer, but it has to be weaker somewhere. Melee attack 48, but if you level him up, he can go way, way higher.
Black-hearted.
Melee defense is decent, it's really decent, because look, with all the items, he have like 84.
What's best for me?
Weapon strength is balanced out, plus 30 versus large, but then later you can modify that, depends on which specialization you're going to pick. And charge bonus is not that effective. Later with talents, of course, if you want to use them as a chariot, then absolutely you should invest into charge bonus. Called one chariot, yes. So chariot gives him worse shield, definitely charge bonus, speed. Yeah, so he becomes more and more, and 2000 mass. Typical chariot. Basically, it makes him a typical chariot. So, like I said, 4 mounts. Dark Pegasus, amazing. Then it's the missile resistance, immortality, and mentor. He does not get any spell resistance from talents. Now are the special abilities that are decent. Leadership aura size plus 50 and character aura leadership plus 5. This is something I'm skipping for a long, long time. I do not invest into it until I get the all important talents, because I rather give him more melee attack and melee defense rather than this, because it does not impact me whatsoever. This, on the other hand, is different. Control plus 2 and income from slaves plus 10%. Great. Another great ability, hit points and melee defense. So yeah, his hit points on level 3 are 3,700. Later, it goes to like, yeah, 5, less than 6,000. It's not a lot. And martial name of power. And here's where the goods starts. As you know, Dark Elves have, certain ways of playing, and they have options to unlock certain powers. It's like choose the name of power that improves Lord's own combat or the Lord's army. For heroes, is usually just heroes. So let's pick this. And yeah, I get terrible trait or Hydra blood, which can be attached to masters. This is amazing trait, because Hydra blood gives you regeneration. There is another one, and a blood scourge. That's another one that gives you some form of healing, because you get frenzy, weapon strength plus 15%, and the hunger. There are some other abilities. I don't have any available master at this level, but there is plenty of different type of those abilities that you can have. And here's noteworthy thing. Before you choose your name of power, save it. I'm serious. Right after, like, if you play on Legendary, right after save, choose it. If it's terrible, play a little bit, like, do 2-3 things to reset it, because whatever you load the save, it's always going to be the same, most of the time at least. There are some terrible traits and some great ones. So I highly recommend saving and save scamming a little bit so you know exactly what kind of traits you can expect. I think Hydra Blood is one of the best, because having a hero that can sustain himself and being quite good at defensive, yeah, it's amazing. Because what else you can get? You can get like 20% physical, like 10% ward save. There is ammunition, strength, missile strength for a chariot. But yeah, you can roll it even if you're on different horse, on a horse or something. You get the ammunition, missile strength, stuff like that. I usually go for the Hydra Blood, Odd Blood, or Blood Scourge. These are the best because Dark Elves have no way to sustain themselves, and having any kind of regen is just pure gold. At least in my opinion. And there is typical line of orange line of melee specialist, which is for Dark Elves a little bit different because they hate High Elves. But yeah, leadership charge bonus. Conqueror gives you melee attack plus 8 and 10 weapon strength. It's more like a Khorne way. 12 melee attack, 12 melee defense. Leadership plus 12. This one is a bummer, and I would gladly replace it on health. Seriously, or something else. Then it's Foe Seeker. You want to have it. Foe Seeker is decent because then you buff up your speed even more. It's amazing to chase things in the air. Because in the air you should be with this hero. Because low mass, he will get stuck in combat entirely. So you want to fly in, fly out. Great. Weapon strength 20%, another 15 armor is like, fine. Charge bonus, and this one is great. Speed plus 15%, quite good. Colossal Strike, that buffs bonus versus large even more, and 25% weapon strength and armor piercing plus immune to psychology. Really fucking strong ability. And the bottom line is training, stimulate growth, which is very useful because you can grow extra. Dark Elves are really good at growing settlements with Slave Mechanic, but also with Hero. Damage walls, which might be useful in general when CA will apply siege changes. Wound, assault units, and specialist. That's all the abilities Master have. I think eventually we will get some extras if they do something with Dark Elves. When we look into abilities that Dark Elves have, is typical Murderous Mastery. Leadership is higher than Broken. Unit has exceeded the Murderous Power's value. So that's what you get when the Murderous Prowess is activated. Look, armor piercing missile damage plus 20%. So it's referring to a chariot where he gets the crossbows. I feel like the crossbows, chariots, is just not working. Wounds, Guardian, that gives heroes and lords 15% physical resistance. That's why I always go in twos. I get masters in twos, so they cover each other with this physical resistance extra. Charge defense versus large, really good, because they gonna get charge reflection, basic missile resistance, and they're immune to snow. Really fucking good hero. I tend to have them in twos per armies. You can have one, but definitely suggest to have two. Due to the Guardian. Because it really works. Yeah, I'm so disappointed with the Gate of Thorns. It's terrible. I mean, it buffs, but the price is brutal. So I'm most likely gonna replace this one with something better. Yeah, this is army where I have just one. And like tough is now really good. Armor, melee defense, and hit points. Strong is nice, weapon master, but I still believe discipline is like super well balanced because you get bonus for army, bonus for himself. Great heroes, you can easily increase capacity by just having a tier 2 barracks. If you want to have rank recruit for masters, of course you need to get to tier 3, and eventually you will get. So it's not a problem. You can build it in every minor settlement, so there should not be a problem. I should build more, but I just go with the flow and recruit and build up many things in my minor settlements that are not tied to masters, because I try to not over spam heroes. Yes, I try. And yeah, it's really good. It pretty much all depends on the martial name of a power and how you're gonna play around it. Because if you're not gonna save scum, you might end up with something terrible like fire resistance and flaming attack. Ooh. And remember, you have better options like regeneration. Even stupid ward save would be way better than fire resistance. So I'm really leaving it up to you. What do you think? But it would be wise to play around it. In terms of talents, you can increase leadership for them. So the leaders, like I said, the leadership talent is like meh. It's not really that good. It's quite disappointing. And there is one. Oh yeah, there is. Melee attack for lords and amended heroes. So you get +5 melee attack. And I think that's it. That's it in terms of heroes. I probably missed something, but it's not that essential, which is a bummer. That's why Dark Elves should have some extra changes eventually. And that's it. That's the Master. Amazing hero. Highly, blessed by me in terms of melee specialists, melee heroes. Master is one of the best, thanks to having option to roll regeneration. But in general, it's really tough guy. Not the, unkillable, not the greatest, but definitely it gonna have worse stats than like Tane. But Tane is a walking tank. It's basically a walking just piece of, beard, meat, and iron. That's how you describe Tanes. They're fucking so tough. But these guys have something that Tane doesn't. Mobility. Regeneration. The speed here is great. Plus they're really good versus large. Very good versus large. And I highly recommend playing with them, especially in early stages of campaigns where you can recruit 2 of them if you play correctly. That's a that's amazing boost for any kind of army you have at the, turn 6, 7, 5, whatever campaign you play. Highly recommend it. Sometimes it's even good to rush the building with, interns, let's call them, and just to get it as soon as possible, because they will definitely carry things out. And that's it. I hope that was useful. Subscribe if you like my work, and if you don't, at least tell me what I'm doing wrong so I can improve, because yeah, it's been 5 years and I still didn't develop. In the meantime, thank you for watching, have a great day, take care, and bye-bye.